Most men chase what they don't understand. They think women are drawn to looks, money, or charm, but beneath all that lies something far more subtle. 10 weaknesses. 10 psychological triggers that women don't want you to know exist. And before you scroll away, remember this. The final weakness we'll reveal at the end might just explain why even the most confident woman can't stop thinking about a calm, self-controlled man. But what if I told you the first one on this list is actually the most powerful of them all? Welcome to Stoic Power Codes, where we don't chase validation, we master the inner game of control, attraction, and discipline. Let's begin. 1. The power of unbothered silence. Every woman has a weakness for the man she cannot emotionally decode. You see, silence real. Confident silence creates a void, and the human mind hates a void. When a woman cannot read your emotions, she fills in the blanks herself, often with fantasy, curiosity, or even obsession. The man who says little but acts with calm assurance sends a message louder than any words could. I don't need your reaction to know my worth. Most men crumble under pressure, trying to explain, to please, to reassure. But the Stoic man, he remains still, detached, grounded. Women sense this as mystery. And mystery is the mother of attraction. This isn't manipulation, it's control. It's the art of being unaffected, of mastering your impulses instead of being mastered by them. Remember, the man who can stay silent when most would beg for validation is the one she cannot forget. 2. The weakness of predictability. Women crave emotional variety, not chaos, but unpredictability. If she knows exactly how you'll respond, she stops feeling. This doesn't mean being toxic, it means being dynamic. One day you're philosophical, the next you're focused and distant. One moment you share a deep truth, the next you pull back and return to your mission. Predictability is comfort, but comfort kills attraction. When she can't predict your moves, her attention sharpens, her instincts awaken. The Stoics understood this long before modern psychology named it. When you remove certainty, you create curiosity. 3. The weakness of strength without neediness. A woman may say she wants a caring man, but what she truly craves is strength, strength that doesn't beg to be noticed. Most men confuse kindness with weakness. They give too much, too early, and too eagerly. And in doing so, they expose the one thing that kills desire: neediness. Real strength isn't in what you give her, it's in what you can hold back. It's in restraint, in discipline, in the ability to say no when it's easier to please. Women admire generosity, but they respect boundaries. The man who gives everything loses value. The one who gives selectively with control and purpose becomes unforgettable. 4. The weakness of the calm leader. The calm man is dangerous. Because he doesn't react, he responds. When she tests you, argues, provokes, or withdraws, your composure becomes a mirror. She sees her emotional storm reflected in your stillness, and it exposes her own lack of control. This is not passive. It's power through emotional mastery, something most men never learn. Miyamoto Musashi said, "Control your emotions, or they will control you." And the same truth applies to attraction. The man who keeps his calm when chaos calls doesn't just earn her respect, he earns her curiosity. 5. The weakness of earned attention. Women value what they earn. The attention you give freely, she'll take for granted. The attention she must earn, she'll treasure like gold. When a man instantly showers a woman with validation, it feels good, but it also feels cheap. When a man makes her earn his time, his mind, his energy, it feels sacred. This is why the Stoic man invests selectively. He gives his focus only to what aligns with his mission. And when he chooses to give her attention, she knows it's rare, and rare things are valuable. Your scarcity is your strength. don't waste it. 6. The weakness of respect for mission. Nothing melts a woman faster than a man devoted to something beyond her. It's paradoxical, but it's true. A man obsessed with his mission becomes magnetic. His energy isn't scattered by emotional drama or chasing approval. It's anchored. It's focused. She senses that his life has structure, purpose, gravity, and that makes her feel both safe and intrigued, safe in his stability, intrigued by his detachment. A man with no mission is like a ship drifting on waves, but a man who knows his purpose commands the sea itself. 7. The weakness of self-control. Temptation is a test. Every time you master it, you rise above the majority of men. The modern world is designed to seduce you: endless distractions, instant gratification, digital pleasure. But women subconsciously sense a man's level of discipline. When you can say no to lust, excess, or emotional indulgence, your aura changes. You become harder to sway, harder to manipulate, harder to forget. Self-control is rare, and what's rare becomes irresistible. 8. The weakness of non-validation. When she cannot get validation from you, her ego itches. And the human mind cannot tolerate an itch it can't scratch. A man who doesn't chase approval flips the dynamic instantly. She starts chasing his. She starts wondering, why doesn't he need my attention like others do? That question is power, because curiosity fuels attraction more than compliments ever could. This doesn't mean being cold, it means being centered. It's the difference between indifference and composure. You don't need to devalue her, you simply stay unmoved. 9. The weakness of being understood. Women crave emotional understanding, not constant agreement. When a man listens without judgment, reflects her emotion calmly, and responds with grounded truth, she feels seen. But beware, this is where weak men lose themselves. They overgive emotional comfort and lose masculine polarity. You must balance empathy with strength. The Stoic man can understand without absorbing. He can feel compassion without losing control. That balance, rare, stable, authentic, is a feminine weakness few men ever reach. 10. The weakness of true masculine stillness. This is the final but secretly least important one, because you've already met the most powerful weakness in the first one. Yet this one completes the circle. True masculine stillness is the end of all need. It's the peace that comes when a man no longer fights his nature, no longer seeks approval, and no longer needs to prove anything. When you've conquered yourself, you've conquered attraction, because everything, feminine, beauty, chaos, emotion, energy, is drawn to stillness. It's nature seeking balance. The Stoics called it apatheia, the state of serene control. When you reach that point, love becomes a choice, not a craving. Closing. Remember, power isn't about control over others, it's about mastery of self. And when you master yourself, the world bends quietly in your direction. This is Stoic Power Codes. Subscribe and keep walking the path of inner strength.